Osun State Commissioner of Police has called on parents not to over-concentrate on only the education of their children, but to monitor their social lifestyles to prevent them from being lured into danger or criminal activities in search of wealth. The police commissioner made this statement in Ikoyile, Osun State, when he led a team of police and crime fighters to exhume the remains of a student of Lagos State University, Seun Oladele, who was brutally murdered for autopsy.
That there was a gruesome murder of a student, a final year student of Lagos State University. The killing had been traced to Ikoyile here, and it became imperative on our part to be here in furtherance of investigation. Ogun State Police Command commenced the investigations, and we have actually stopped from where Ogun State Police Command had stopped, bringing in our homicide experts for purpose of exhumation, in furtherance of police investigative actions. We as law enforcement agents will not fold our arms and watch lawless citizens taking laws into their hands, destroying other people's lives, killing, outright killing. Killing of a human being is unlawful. It remains unlawful, and it cannot be tolerated in any society. That is why we are here to see that we do the needful by way of investigation with a view to prosecuting the suspects.
Okay.
We will not do anything that will make the police to violate the rights of citizens. We have been informed right here that we have a number of churches within this community. It is our own responsibility to conduct our investigations. What we are doing is intelligence-led policing, driven by community needs. So if the community as a whole is coming to make us to know that they are no longer comfortable with the number of churches within, or the caliber of people running such churches, then it becomes our own responsibility to conduct investigation about their activities and put them in check. The incident is quite sad, no doubt. My advice is that parents have a lot of role to play. We have a number of school children. We have a number of them, undergraduates, postgraduate students, undergraduate, secondary, primary. The parents owe them the responsibility of ensuring that apart from their academic pursuit in schools, the parents should equally see their moral training. So that it is only where there is concurrence of moral training and intellectual that can be of good service to the entire society. So the advice is that parents should advise their words. They should equally see to the peer group that their children keep. Friends really matter. You don't just allow your child to keep friends. You do not know their background. You don't know anything about their moral uprightness. So it is very, 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 very important. So intellectual pursuit should not just be the sole aim of parents. Developing the children morally too is very, very germane. We commiserate with the family, the Dali family, for the untimely death of their daughter. This is somebody they had expected with time will grow up to become a graduate and will become useful to the entire Nigerian nation. So we commiserate with them, and our prayer is God Almighty will console them and repose the soul of the departed.
The 400-level theatre art student was killed and buried in a shallow well-like grave after parts of her body were severed and mutilated by her killers. One of the suspects, who claimed to be her boyfriend, a graduate of Lagos State University, Owolabi Adieko, confessed that the victim left Mowe in Ogun State less than a month that the relationship started for Ikoyile to visit him on the 8th of last December, where she was lodged at an hotel before being lured at where she was killed.
I just graduated from Lagos State University.
I should have finished since last year, but I had carryover. So I'm done with my carryover. I'm preparing for service. What really happened is that, which he never mentioned there, is that my mom did not know. The evil act was just carried out between both of us, because my parents was not even sleeping here. They were at the hotel. So it was both of us that we just sit. Like, how can he help my parents? Then he raised the suggestion, and I was lured into it.
The lady in question, for how long have you known her?
Just a month now. Roughly a month now.
She's what was she to you?
My girlfriend. So that to come and enjoy me at Ikoile, and she asked me how can she get there, and I explained to her. So when she got to Ikoyi Junction, she called me. I told her to take a bike going to Fortress Hotel. And when she got to Fortress Hotel that day, immediately she got there that day, sincerely speaking, she was complaining that she's weak and she wants to sleep. But I lied to her that she should come and meet my dad's elder brother. So when I told her that, so we moved from the hotel, then we came to the church. So it was when we go to the church here, I hit the mortar pistol on her head while sleeping.
Okay, that was
my peer group out there is that they should have it in mind that there is no any shortcut to success, and it is what someone work for that will surely last long in someone's hand.
I don't know anything about it. The issue of favor. I came here. We all know that individuals will have spiritual problems, and I came here for spiritual solutions. And but unfortunately, after I had gone and they were arrested, that was when I learned that they killed somebody. That is all I know. Although, while I came for the solution, he gave me a soap to bath that I'm going to have a dream. And truly I had a dream. And during that dream, I was celebrating for people. I cooked amala with meat and ewedu stew. And when I narrated the dream to him, he said, that means, do I have anybody that is late? I said, my mother is late. And the last born of our family of 5 is also late. So he now asked if I always do something like Sarah for them. I said I don't do it because I don't believe in doctrines like that. Now I said that may be the reason why I'm having setback in my issues. That means I have to do Sarah. And they went to buy sheep, agbo. They bought yam powder, they bought soup ingredients. The wives went to the market and buy everything. They prayed for me, and in my presence, they cooked everything. Even people came to eat. In fact, we didn't even expect that people would come as large as that day to eat. And they came, they ate and prayed for me. And after the prayer, towards evening, the pastor now called me that from the meat that they cook, that they are going to make as a janu for me from it. That because I lodged in the hotel, the Fortress Hotel, that in the night they will bring the aseje to the hotel. And in the night, around 11:30 to 12, they brought it. So they left and asked me to eat. After eating, I should pray for like an hour or two. Then after the prayer, then I should sleep. So, but unfortunately, when I started hitting the concussion, it wasn't really going. I had to stop halfway. So I left the remaining one. Even the little that I had, I vomited everything in the toilet. So when they came the next day, they saw the remaining ones that I had. They were, even as I said, I couldn't hit it again. Even that the little that I had, I vomited it. And after the scenario, he said I should wait, that he's going to make soap for me. You know Keruba and Seraphim now? He said, also Ishegun, that when I'm using the soap to bath, things will gradually start changing. And he gave me the soap on Monday, and I left this place on Monday. So he now said that my boy should wait, that he also wants to work. So on the 24th, on the 24th of December, so I called my boy, because we usually celebrate Christmas with my dad.
Your own boy or your...
My son, Owolabi.
Okay, you are mother too.
Yes. And I called my son that, what happened? So sorry, I took the soap to Lagos and I was using it because she said I should be using it to bath every night. That gradually things will improve. That is not a day's work. Yes, that things will improve. So on the 24th, and I called my boy that he should meet me at Ibadan. That for Christmas, I'm coming to Ibadan from Iko. He just joined me at Ibadan to celebrate Christmas with my grandfather. So we talked. So when I got to Ibadan, I started calling him. Like, I wasn't going. I called the pastor number, he wasn't going. Till the 25th, which is Christmas Day, the next day, I called the number, but he wasn't going. But my car got spoiled here when we came. So I left it here. And there was a mechanic that was working on the car. But because I don't have enough money again to complete the service.
Let's cut that short. So are you aware of the relationship between your son and this pastor?
So-called pastor.
Yes, because it was my boy that brought me to the pastor.
Another suspect who feigned being a pastor of the church where the victim was killed says he owed service on Sundays and Fridays and also confessed he saved a body by removing the breast, heart, and some flesh in the presence of Owolabi to prepare the concussion. The self-acclaimed pastor, native of Imesi Ile Noshun, said he lives in the church built by impoverished wooden planks with his 2 wives and 3 children without signpost but the name Solution Salvation Chapel.
The story that what happened is that I know this fellow brother 2 years ago. So I'm starting them, they're calling me assistant. When he get dream, he will tell me and I will tell him. So after that one, now call me that the family have issue problem. There is no work for father and mother. There is no work, everything they had. And I told him that no problem. We'll do something in the book of Moses to assist their mother. So he now tell me how much. I say 250. So no problem. He will tell him parents. So after him telling parents, they went to me to this side. So when they come and now call him back, say this book of Moses, I'm not sure about it, but I have one work where my master give to me. I have never do it for anybody at all. You are the first person. You say let's try it. And after that, you will involve part of human being. I say, where do we sell it? And I say, I don't know where that's it because I never do it before. So anybody that wanted to do this thing, they will produce the part. Now tell me, say, no problem. Say, you can call in girlfriend. So when they call in girlfriend now come here. We now use pencil piece to knock her head. So I now cut the head and breast and heart and the 2 hands. So I now we will now burn it. After we burn it, we share it to 3. We use one for that heart. We use one for asheje. We use the second one for soup. The third one we use it for sacrifice with the fowl. So when we do it finish, now we now get arrested from tracking number.
What is your master?
One is not real master like that, but one of our followers, we can call him master because he has established before us. That one is Sunday Obasioni. In Atiwasimi, that when he gave me this.
Okay, you said the whole service here.
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
You were confessing at that time.
Yes.
What are days of the week? What do you do?
We do some. That is last Friday of the month. We do night vigil here. Then after that one, people came for spiritual help. So we have now give them soap and bath for water and oil.
Your children, how old are they?
One is 10 years, the second one is 8 years, the third one is 5 years.
Do they know of these acts that you carried out?
And your wife?
They don't know.
Is your family aware that you do carry out this evil?
They don't know.
I don't know.
At all.
Let's move. The day that you killed the lady, none of them was around.
They are around, but I told them that I wanted to do redeem some for somebody, so anybody should not come out and they should go and sleep starting from 6 o'clock in the.
Some landlords and other neighbors in the area said they never had any sound of service in the church against the claim of the suspect, adding that they as well have no suspicion of any sinister operations in the area. The police boss, however, said the force is going to pursue the case to a justifiable, logical conclusion to ensure the parents of the deceased get justice. He condemned criminalities, charging parents to monitor movement of their young ones while condoling with families of the deceased that God should console them. Ayeni Kayode Amos reporting from ABN TB News, Osun State, Nigeria.